Mephibosheth's story is a powerful reminder that God's love and favor can reach us even in the darkest of times. Imagine being Mephibosheth. He was just a young boy when tragedy struck his family. His father, Jonathan, and his grandfather, King Saul, were killed in battle. Mephibosheth's nurse, fearing for his life, fled with him. In her haste, she stumbled and dropped him, leaving him crippled. He was then taken to Lo-Debar, a desolate place, symbolic of his despair and isolation. Mephibosheth, the grandson of a king, was now living in obscurity, forgotten, and seemingly without hope. For years, Mephibosheth lived in this desolate place, a constant reminder of the tragedy that had befallen his family. He likely felt abandoned and forgotten, his royal lineage a distant memory. Yet, unknown to him, God had a plan, and he had not forgotten his promise to David. One day, everything changed for Mephibosheth. King David, in a remarkable display of kindness and loyalty to his friend Jonathan, inquired about any surviving members of Saul's household. He had made a covenant with Jonathan to show kindness to his descendants, and he was determined to honor it. Word reached David that Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, was living in Lo-Debar. David sent for him, a gesture that must have seemed unbelievable to Mephibosheth. He was being summoned by the king. Imagine the surprise and joy Mephibosheth must have felt. From a place of obscurity, he was now being called to the royal court. This story reminds us that unexpected blessings can come at any time. Stay hopeful, for you never know when your moment of joy will arrive. Mephibosheth was brought before King David, likely feeling a mix of fear and anticipation. He probably wondered why the king would even want to see him. David's words must have astonished him. David, with compassion and grace, told Mephibosheth that he would restore all the land that belonged to his grandfather Saul. Not only that, but Mephibosheth would also eat at the king's table, a symbol of extraordinary honor and favor. In that instant, Mephibosheth's life was transformed. He was lifted from the depths of despair and placed into a position of privilege and honor. He was carried from Lo-Debar, a place of forgotten dreams, to the king's table, a place of abundance and joy. Section 4. Divine Favor and Purpose, God's Unchanging Plan for You. Mephibosheth's story is a powerful illustration of how God can transform our lives in an instant. Just when we think all hope is lost, God's favor can locate us. He can take us from our own personal Lo-Debar, from our places of pain, disappointment, and fear, and bring us into a place of blessing and victory. This story is not just about Mephibosheth, it's about you and me. It reminds us that God has a plan for our lives, even when we can't see it. He sees our potential, even when we feel defined by our past mistakes or current circumstances. Section 5. Embracing your own Lo-Debar. Finding hope in difficult times. You may be going through a difficult time right now, facing challenges that seem insurmountable. You may feel stuck in your own Lo-Debar, a place of uncertainty and fear. But remember, just as God had not forgotten Mephibosheth, he has not forgotten you. He sees your pain, he hears your cries, and he is working behind the scenes on your behalf. Section 6. Carried to your destiny. Trusting in God's unfolding plan. Mephibosheth's story encourages us to trust in God's timing and his plan for our lives. Even when we don't understand what he's doing, we can be confident that he is working all things together for our good. So, no matter what you're going through, don't give up hope. Don't lose sight of your dreams. God has not forgotten you. He is preparing you for a future filled with purpose and blessings.